Good morning, friends. I'm Dr. Yogesh Sarode of Jivan Vikas Mahavidyalaya Devgram. I welcome you all in this session. Today we will learn poem Daffodils composed by William Wordsworth. Friends, in this video or session, we will talk about the poet, then the theme of the poem Daffodils. We will read out the poems and we'll see comprehension part of it. So, before going into the details of this poem, let us have William Wordsworth introduction. Who does not know the great romantic poet William Wordsworth? He was born on 7th April 1770 and lived up to 23rd April 1850. So this 80-year span was of William Wordsworth, who lived in a romantic age. So he was an English romantic poet who, with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, helped to launch the romantic age in English literature with their joint publication Lyrical Ballads, and that was published in 1798. Wordsworth's magnum opus is generally considered to be the prelude, a semi autobiographical poem of his early years that he revised and expanded a number of times. It was posthumously, after his death, titled and published by his wife in the year of his death, before which it was generally known as the poem of Coleridge or poem to Coleridge. Wordsworth's magnum opus is generally considered to be the prelude. So, Wordsworth was poet laureate from 1843 until his death on 23rd April 1850. So, this is very important because he was poet laureate. He was one of the major poets of his time who honored as English poet laureate. He was a nature poet who helped to coin the term romanticism in English literature along with I.A. Richards in 1798 by the publication of Lyrical Ballads. Now, if we see the theme of this poem, we'll find that there are mainly three themes. First is humanity and adoration of nature. We find again beauty of daffodils. Now, this daffodil is a yellow pale flower, but its suggestion, it's a symbolic also. So, second theme is beauty of daffodils, and the last theme is everlasting source of pleasure. So these are three themes we find in this poem. Now, as far as the poem is concerned, the central idea of the poem is once William Wordsworth was aimlessly wandering by the side of the lake. In his solitary idle drifting, he could be compared to a cloud floating in the sky over hills and valleys. All at once, he caught sight of a large number of golden daffodils growing under the trees on the bank of the lake. So a light breeze was flowing, and the daffodils fluttered and danced merrily in the breeze. The daffodils grew along the bank of the lake in a line that stretched as far as the poet's eyes could see. It looked like a continuous line of stars shining in the Milky Way. They were so numerous that the poet imagined he could have seen at least 10,000 of them at a glance. They were tossing their heads in a merry dance. The waves in the lake were dancing too, but the daffodils exhaled the dancing waves in their happiness. It was quite natural for a poet to feel happy in such a delightful company. The beautiful sight filled him with an ecstasy of delight, and he kept gazing at the flowers for a long time, listening, uh, literary seeping their beauty. At that time, he didn't, however, realize how valuable this scene would prove to him in the years to come. Later, uh, whenever the poet lay on his couch in a sad or reflective mood, the daffodils would flash in his imagination. In a slight remark, he acknowledges that one of the greatest blessings that solitude can offer is that all the distraction being absent, old memories can be easily and vividly revived. The memory of the daffodils would immediately fill his heart with pleasure, and he would begin to dance along with the flowers. So, friends, this is what is the central idea of this poem. Now, according to one poll taken in 1995 by BBC, I remember BBC Radio for a bookworm program. Daffodils ranked fifth in the nation's favorite poems. So, the poem Daffodils is also known by the title I Wandered Lovely as a Cloud. It's a simple lyric poem. Lyric is one of the simplest form of poem, and this lyric is written by William Wordsworth in 1804. It was published in 1815 in collected poems. The poem is in four stanzas, each of 6 lines. William Wordsworth is a well known romantic poet who believed in conveying simple and creative expressions through his poem. He had quoted in one poem, poetry emotions recollected in tranquility. Thus, Daffodils is one of the most popular poems of the Romantic age, unfolding the poet's excitement, love, and praise for a field blossoming with daffodils. Uh, Now we'll read the poem and we'll see, we'll understand the poem by comprehension. Comprehension means, replacing difficult words by a simple one and understanding the meaning to get the meaning clear. See the poem. I wandered lovely as a cloud. I wandered lovely as a cloud that floats on high over fell and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. This is first stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance. Say, this is the inversion of words, and this is what is the speciality of romantic poets. They have liberty to create their own sentences. 10,000 saw I instead of I saw at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. We'll see the meanings of difficult words in the paraphrasing. In such a jocund company, I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. And the last stanza, for oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. Now see, a rhyming scheme, rhythm also. Lie, eye, mood, solitude, feels, and then daffodils. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with daffodils. So, friends, this is what is the poem. Now, we will see the paraphrasing part of this to make the poem simple just by replacing the words of difficult words. I wandered lovely as a cloud. Now, lonely means alone, single. I wandered alone as a cloud. See, here some sort of personification is also there. That floats on high over vale and hills. Floats. Floats means moves out. Over a vale, V-A-L-E. It means valley. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host. Host means a large number of something or somebody. A host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, under the trees, fluttering. Fluttering means tossing their heads and dancing in the breeze. Jharna, breeze. Second stanza, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Milky Way, that is in the sky, we generally see at night. Means the galaxy that contains our solar system. Stretched in never ending line along the margin of a bay. Bay means lake. Then 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Sprightly means in a way that is lively and full of energy. Sprightly. Third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Outdid means surpassed. Glee, G-L-E-E. Glee means delight or with great happiness, great pleasure. A poet could not but be gay, happy in such a jocund company. Jocund company means happy company, merry company. I gazed and gazed, look at continuously. I gazed, I looked at continuously, but little thought means I could not think more. What wealth the show to me had brought. Now see the final stanza. For oft, OFT, oft means often, frequent. For oft, when my couch I lie, on my couch means on my bed I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood. Pensive, very sad, sad or sadly thoughtful mood. They flash upon. They means daffodils. Daffodils flash upon. Suddenly appear with beauty. Flash means suddenly appearing. That inward eye. Now here, inward eye means this is used to suggest what the speaker sees in his memories. Inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. Bliss means heavenly joy, and solitude means loneliness. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So, friends, this is what the paraphrasing part of the poem is. Now, I hope just by replacing the difficult words from the original, the poem becomes simple to understand. So, friends, in this video, I tried to focus on the poem and its paraphrasing. In the next part, we will see the interpretation and some important aspects of the poem. So I hope you will understand it properly. We'll see in the next lecture. Till then, good day.